Good afternoon. My name is Demetria Wack, and I serve as president of the Associated Students Incorporated. Welcome to the 108th commencement ceremony. At this time, I ask you to stand to honor America as the Fresno State Air Force and Army ROTC present the colors. And please remain standing for the singing of the national anthem by graduating music major Yushi Liu.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the rampart we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the Rockies' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Good afternoon and welcome to the 108th commencement of California State University, Fresno. I am Joseph Castro, your university president, and I am pleased to welcome all of you who have earned degrees today. Congratulations, class of 2019. Woo! Thank you as well to our alumni, distinguished faculty and staff, to our friends and family here today. In fact, graduates, I want to ask you to help me with something. I'd like to have just our graduates stand back up for a moment. Can you stand back up, graduates, just for a moment? Graduates, while standing, I want you to turn to someone who helped you earn your degree. Turn to the faculty member or fellow graduate, or to a family member, alumnus. Let's celebrate them. Scream loud. Clap. Scream loud. Let them hear how much you appreciate them. Thank you, graduates. You may be seated. You are here to celebrate, and we are all here to celebrate you. Celebration is better when it's shared. It is better when joy is joined by fellowship and gratitude. Today, it is a shared celebration and gratitude that connect us. We are all in this moment connected as part of one Bulldog family. Can I hear a go Dogs? Go Dogs! Graduates, that gratitude that you feel today becomes even more important as you go into your careers and your lives. Gratitude is what keeps us grounded and connected. We are not here by an accident. Someone either in our lives today or in generations past sacrificed to bring us all together here. We are a community built by a strong and resilient people. We bring many languages, cultures, and traditions, yet we share in the heritage of all those who came to cultivate the land and build this community here in the Central Valley and throughout our golden state of California. And the next chapter of our shared history is being written right here at Fresno State. Graduates, you will need the strength of all who came before and all those still fighting to make their dream your reality. You will need the strength of that proud legacy that led to you. You will need to draw on that strength because society needs you to lean into today's most daunting challenges. We need leaders, innovators, and problem solvers who are focused on achieving the greater good of our society. We need you to find the inner strength required for hard work. I know you know how to do that. We need you to listen to and learn from others, to seek out common ground where it exists and disagree respectfully where it does not. Mostly, your success will come from focus and resilience. If you feel the weight on your shoulders is too great to bear, draw from the wellspring of that legacy that led to you. Recognize and be grateful for the knowledge, skills, and abilities that you have. Remember the words spoken earlier this semester under this very roof when Steve Forbes of Forbes magazine reminded us that we should all work from a position of building on successes rather than lamenting shortfalls or mistakes. And know that you will always have this success to build from. This degree can never be taken from you, and you will forever be alumni of Fresno State. Can I hear a go Dogs? Go Dogs! Graduates, you now take ownership of the proud legacy that brought you here today. You and only you can decide what that legacy will be. And I hope, expect, and know that you will be a force for good. You will pay it forward. You will model how people listen to and learn from each other. You will bring new ideas and new prosperity here in the Valley and throughout the world. Graduates, I am very proud to celebrate with you. On behalf of all the faculty and staff of the university, I can say how grateful we are that you chose Fresno State, how much we appreciate that you earned your place as one of more than 230,000 alumni. So, I ask you to be bold, be proud, and be a Bulldog for life. Congratulations, go Dogs! Trustee Hugo Morales was unable to join us this afternoon, so on behalf of the Board of Trustees of the California State University and the California State University Fresno, I am now pleased to award this year's honorary doctoral degrees. Honorary doctoral degrees are awarded in recognition of excellence and extraordinary achievement in significant areas of human endeavor that embody the objectives and ideals of the California State University. These degrees honor meritorious and outstanding service to the California State University collectively or to its campuses, individually, to the state of California, to the United States, and humanity at large. They recognize men and women whose lives and significant achievements serve as examples of the California State University's aspirations for its diverse student body. This year's honorary doctorate degree recipients are John C. Harris and Janice Yanahira. John C. Harris, CEO of Harris Farms, hails from a family whose history in farming How's that? Okay, we're back. John C. Harris, CEO of Harris Farms, hails from a family whose history in farming dates back to 1916. He is a 1965 graduate of the University of California, Davis, where he received a degree in agricultural production. The Harris Farms Group includes Harris Ranch Inn and Restaurant, Harris Ranch Beef Company, Harris Feeding Company, Harris Farms Thoroughbred Division, and Harris Fresh. And Mr. Harris is widely considered to be one of the most influential leaders in agriculture in our country and beyond. With a passion for horses, Mr. Harris has raised and raced horses since his early teens. The Harris Farms Thoroughbred Division has produced several California bred champions, including California Chrome, winner of the 2014 Kentucky Derby and Preakness Stakes. He has made a personal commitment to California State University, Fresno, and has been involved in a wide variety of areas. In recognition of John C. Harris's more than 50 years of professional contributions to agribusiness and horse racing, for his mentorship and friendship to the university, and in recognition of his outstanding volunteerism and philanthropy, the Board of Trustees of the California State University and California State University Fresno are proud to confer upon John C. Harris the honorary degree of Doctor of Science. Congratulations, Mr. Harris, Dr. Harris.
Oh, I'd like to thank President Castro and everyone involved in Fresno State for this great honor. Never realized all that went into these graduations, so I showed up at one. I remember it was my own about 50 years ago. That was kind of a blur. But college really means a lot to the whole fabric of the country, that people are educated and can use that to further the civilization and do whatever field that they feel they're best qualified for and really achieve something. But I was trying to think of something to say that was very profound. And I remember when I was in college, actually it went on for about 40 years after college, I kept having this dream that there was some class I forgot to go to. And then the finals coming up, and I can't remember hardly what the book was. But so if I don't do this right, I'm not going to graduate. So I guess now I can say, well, somehow I did graduate. But I remember I always liked General Sherman's Sherman-esque comments that if I'm nominated, I will not run. If I'm elected, I will not serve. It wasn't offered anyway, but I will never accept tenure. I should clarify, I never attended anything other than a public school. I'm a big believer in public schools. They are, well, one of the best values in education, I think, is the schools, the universities in California, the state and University of California are very key in the overall advancement of the state. So it means a lot to me to get this. And you know, today we see all these articles and news on people that are paying someone to take their son's test or somehow get them into universities. That doesn't really ring true with the values that people should have. So hopefully they get the word, probably after spending a few years in some place that they don't serve really good wine. And going to all the high schools and college I went to were great because it's such an opportunity to meet other people, and it's a real melting pot where if you stay in your own little environment, sometimes you think you know everything. As you get further on in education, you mainly find out that you don't know everything, but somebody does, and it's out there. Now with Google, you can probably figure it out. So I think what you learn in college is where to look and who you might be a good resource for something. I'm a proud graduate of the University of California, Davis, which was a lot smaller when I was there. It's grown like Fresno State, but it's amazing. President Castro mentioned this, like 250,000 graduates of Fresno State are in circulation, I guess, or at least they did graduate. It's been, agriculture has really benefited. I know in our own company we have several Fresno State graduates, and Fresno State is really the hub of San Joaquin Valley education. I don't really know why I was even considered for this award, but other than trying to figure out something, maybe I did support President Castro, who I felt was getting unfairly maligned a year or so ago by a faculty member who had said some really stupid things about Barbara Bush when she died, passed away. There's one thing you learn, never talk about someone negatively after they're dead, because first of all, they can't do anything about it anyway. They didn't really hear you. And the people, and it just really hurts your credibility. That it's better to always boost people, or nothing wrong with saying something badly about someone if it's more of a debate, that it's not a closed subject. I love debates. No, that's not my. I urge all of you to take your degrees that you got here or on to all your life experiences and try to apply what you learned and make the world better and your own community better, and whatever field you choose, that you try to excel in that, because we need bright people Such a world economy we compete in is pretty tough, right? In a competitive sense and in a physical sense at times. But we can't let other countries really be smarter than we are. We have to dominate, and I think it's at every level of education, all the way from primary education to secondary to advanced degrees. But most of a lot of the education you get is after you get out of college, and usually you learn more from your mistakes than you do from your successes. So it's good to have a lot of mistakes. You learn a lot. So I am particularly grateful to, that getting this award and this recognition, I guess, and especially for Fresno State and the great player they are in the overall agricultural scene. And I wish everyone well, and stop by Harris Ranch whenever you can. We will leave the light on for you and try to direct you there. So have a wonderful day and celebrate with your friends and family, and I hope to visit with you soon.
All right.
Really appreciate it. Oh, it's fun being here.
Take care. Thank you. Please join me in thanking John Harris for being here today. Thank you, John. I want to thank his wife, Carol, who's up in the box with Mrs. Castro, and all of his friends who came today to support John. And graduates, if you have not been to Harris Ranch, all I can say is you got to get there sometime. I am now pleased to award the second honorary doctoral degree to Janice Yanahiro. Jan Yanahiro, who was born and raised in Hawaii, graduated from California State University, Fresno in 1970 with a degree in journalism. For more than 14 years, she hosted Evening Magazine, a pioneering nightly program on KPIX TV in San Francisco. Ms. Yanahiro received multiple Emmys and other awards for her work and was inducted into the Academy of Television and Radio Hall of Fame in New York City. She is among the first native-born Asian American female journalists in the whole United States. Ms. Yanahiro is the president of Jan Yanahiro Incorporated and maintains an active interest in the community. She is the author of 3 books, including This Is Not the Life I Ordered, 50 Ways to Keep Your Head Above Water When Life Keeps Dragging You Down. She has made a personal commitment to California State University, Fresno, that includes being recognized as a top dog for the College of Arts and Humanities, and she previously served as a member of the National Board of Visitors. In recognition of Janice Yanahiro's decades of achievement in broadcast journalism and her humanitarian work, the Board of Trustees of the California State University and the California State University Fresno are proud to confer upon Janice Yanahiro the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters.
Thank you, President Castro. And thank you to the CSU Board of Trustees. And congratulations to all of you, the graduates of 2019. I do want to recognize, of course, my fellow honoree, John Harris. And yes, I have been to the Harris Ranch, and I want to tell you it's delicious there. And I also want to say thank you to the distinguished faculty here, because you make our lives possible so that we can move on. And one more thing, I know that it takes a village for graduates to get here, so I want to pay special attention to the families who are here, the Ohana, because you make sure that your graduate could get to this day and certainly can move forward. So parents, Ohana, family, and friends, thank you for joining this celebration. It is with joy and gratefulness that really I accept this honorary doctorate. And it's especially humbling to be recognized by one's alma mater. How lucky am I? It's been 49 years since I graduated, way back then in 1970. And back then, well, we didn't have smartphones. We didn't have self-driving cars, and we certainly didn't have Amazon Prime. But like you, we had dreams. Mine was to travel the world and use my degree in journalism to be on television and interview, yes, the rich and the famous, and the men and women who were making a difference in the world. But back then, I thought my dream was too big. Because in the 1970s, television stations were simply not hiring women who looked like me, especially to be reporters and anchors on television. So for years, I remained silent about my dream. Whoever thought me, someone from Hawaii, whose father never went to high school and whose mother worked at a bakery, to be from such a humble home, to achieve such a dream as to be on television? Oh, I did apply to be a reporter at every television station in San Francisco, and they all turned me down. So I looked for another way in, and I got a job as a secretary at a radio station and worked my way up to be a radio reporter. But I really wanted to be on television. So I kept my dream, and I kept knocking on doors. Finally, in 1975, I was hired by CBS 5 in San Francisco for an experimental show called Evening Magazine. Well, that show defined my career, and I got to host it for 15 years. And I got to interview everybody from Super Bowl champ Joe Montana to Oscar-winning actress Julia Roberts to Italian designer Giorgio Armani to even comedian Robin Williams. And I got to travel the world. And I got to report from Moscow, from Sydney, Australia, from Shanghai, from Tokyo, to Mexico City, to London and Paris and France and more. And for me, it was my dream come true. It was the best job in the world. So my message to you graduates, if you have a dream, keep it. Don't stay silent. Work hard to make your dream come true. And don't let anyone tell you you can't, because you know you can. So, one more thing about dreams. Do it the Fresno State way, bold. Do it with a capital B. Class of 2019, I look to you to be the leaders of our future, and I thank you for having me share your day. Congratulations, and one more thing, go Bulldogs! Thank you.
Thank you, Jan. We're truly honored that you're here today and so happy that you brought your children with you. And she also brought her best friend that she met right when she came to Fresno State, and they're still close. So that tells you a lot about how things go as Bulldogs, right? For our graduates, today marks the beginning of your careers. At the same time, this afternoon marks the ending of the prime teaching careers of a number of faculty and administrators who are retiring and who are being honored by the conferral of emeritus status. Let us give a round of applause to those emeriti faculty and administrators and express our appreciation for their years of dedication and service to California State University, Fresno. Our best wishes to all of you. Thank you. I'm now pleased to introduce you to Fresno State's interim provost and vice president for academic affairs, Dr. Robert Harper.
Thank you, Dr. Castro. Good evening and welcome, graduates and all of your families and guests. It is an honor for me to introduce the recipients of this year's Provost's Award. Each has far surpassed the standard of excellence expected of all faculty. I ask them to stand when I call their name and remain standing. And audience, please hold your applause until all awardees are standing. First, we recognize 7 promising new faculty awardees. Lisa Bryant, Assistant Professor of Political Science. Dermot Donnelly, Assistant Professor of Chemistry. Melanie Hernandez, Assistant Professor of English. Jessica McKenzie, Assistant Professor of Child and Family Science. Faith Sidlow, Assistant Professor of Media, Communications, and Journalism. Juliet Weileitner, Assistant Professor of Literacy, Early, Bilingual, and Special Education. Emily Walter, Assistant Professor of Biology. We're also recognizing for the outstanding lecturer, Lisa Anderson, Department of Anthropology. For excellence in innovation, we recognize Wai Wu, Associate Professor of Construction Management. For distinguished achievement in research, scholarship, and creative accomplishment, we recognize Stephen Church, Professor of English, and Young-Wook Kim, Professor of Electrical and Computer Engineering. For inspiring contributions in faculty service, Emma Hughes, Professor of Criminology. And this year, we award a special award for exemplary service to the Office of Institutional Effectiveness at Fresno State. My congratulations to each of you. Please be seated. While each of these areas is important to the central work of the university, none is as critical as teaching. It is an honor for me to introduce this year's Provost Award winner for overall excellence in teaching, Dr. Gregory Crean, Professor of Electrical and Computer Engineering. Dr. Crean joined the Fresno State faculty in 2003. Since then, he has taught over 20 courses from freshman orientation to advanced graduate level courses, developed new courses, and written or upgraded laboratory manuals. He is the founding director of the Lyles College of Engineering's Honors Program and has taken on the responsibility of mentoring 38 students every year. Crean has also led research and development work of unmanned aerial systems for about 10 years, mentoring at least 20 students a year on various aspects of unmanned flight and applications in agricultural and other areas. I'm pleased to present Professor Gregory Crean, recipient of the Provost Award for Excellence in Teaching for 2019.
President Castro, Interim Provost Harper, Thank you for this great honor. Graduates, my name is Dr. Gregory Crean, and I am excited to celebrate with you this afternoon. I have been teaching at Fresno State for 15 years, but I'm well aware that most people on campus still don't know me because, well, I'm an engineering professor. I have no life, and I can prove it mathematically. I still think that spring break refers to mental fatigue failure. And even though I have some extroverted tendencies, all that means is that when I speak to you, I look at your shoes instead of my own. So, to breathe some much-needed life into this talk this afternoon, we're going to have to do things a little bit differently today than in years past. Students, if you'll bear with me, I have 3 important questions for you to answer. Fresno State, graduating class of 2019. Are you ready to graduate? That's it? That's all you've got? Fresno State, graduating class of 2019. Are you ready to graduate? I don't think Grandma can hear you up in the rafters right now. Fresno State, graduating class of 2019. Are you ready to graduate? You know, as the most interesting engineering professor in the world, I don't usually differentiate x squared, but when I do, I get Dos Equis. Now that I've used up most of my allotted time, let me keep my remarks brief. I would like to thank my wife, Renee Crean, for being here today. Without her sacrificial love and support, I never would have received this award. She does not particularly love academia, but she is wise without being book smart. She has an inherent understanding that knowledge for knowledge's sake has very little value. And that's what I would like to talk to you about today. We live in an age unprecedented in the history of man. Until 1900, human knowledge doubled approximately every century. By the end of World War II, knowledge began doubling every 25 years. Today, human knowledge doubles roughly every 13 months. And with the Internet of Things, IBM anticipates knowledge to soon double every 12 hours. The rate at which we can view and communicate and consume information has changed dramatically as well. 200 years ago, horse and carrier pigeon used to be the fastest modes of communication. Now we communicate at the speed of light. Lasers have achieved data transfer rates of over 1 trillion bits per second, meaning that we have the ability to stream 70 million high-definition Netflix movies simultaneously over a single glass fiber 125 microns thick. Students, your generation has been given the greatest humanistic gift known to man, near instantaneous access to the world's accumulated knowledge. Yet without understanding, without proper wisdom in how to apply it, that knowledge simply breeds arrogance and pride. It trains you to think more highly of yourself than you ought. It leads to mistrust, misinformation, mistruth. Your greatest informational blessing is also your greatest curse. Just because you know how to Google everything doesn't mean that you actually know how to do anything. Graduates, I'm not simply interested in you only learning facts, in knowledge without content, information without understanding. Knowledge for knowledge's sake does not allow you to connect with anything. It does not lead to life or to love. And I see so many of you desperate to connect, so many of you desperate for life. You constantly plug into your online sources, into your news profiles, your Reddit accounts, your Twitter feeds. I see you looking at your YouTube subscriptions, your Twitch streams, and your Facebook profiles. I watch you desperately swiping on vain Tinder profiles and your somewhat narcissistic Snapchat and Instagram accounts. Ladies and gentlemen, social media has exploded because as a society, we're looking to connect beyond information. But in the process, we no longer connect with what is real. We are drowning in knowledge, but we have lost understanding. And wisdom asks us to find a better way. Graduating class of 2019, today I encourage you to move beyond the world's definition of knowledge. Begin to incline your heart to understanding. Make your ear attentive to wisdom. For it is by wisdom a house is built, and by understanding it is established. And that struggle is real. It takes time, focus, discipline, tears, sacrifice, vulnerability. It requires you to move past your laptop, past your tablet, past your smartphone, and to have a willingness to connect to that which is real, to connect with the source of all life. Should you choose to do so, know that the wisdom you gain will be sweet for your soul. And if you find it, there will be a future, and your hope will not be cut off. Graduating class of 2019, thank you.
Thank you, Professor Crean. I would now like to recognize students who have exemplified academic excellence at Fresno State. The Schmidt-Camp Honors College President Scholars serve as ambassadors of the university, performing hundreds of hours of community service each year throughout the greater Fresno area. President Scholars are identified by a green sash worn over their robes. They receive the largest individual undergraduate scholarships awarded by the university, as well as 2 years of funding for 2 graduate students. Honors College President Scholars, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. To receive the designation of summa cum laude on a diploma, a student must earn a grade point average of 3.9 or better in all work taken at California State University, Fresno. This year, 260 undergraduate students have earned this distinction. Students, please stand if you're able, and let's give them a round of applause. Please be seated. The individuals I next ask to stand, if able, have accomplished an even more remarkable feat, having compiled a perfect 4.0 or straight O average for all of their baccalaureate courses. This year, 47 undergraduate students have earned this distinction. Will the students who are graduating with a perfect 4.0 grade point average please stand if you're able and be recognized. Congratulations, you may be seated. Mr. President, pending final certification of spring 2019 degrees, 6,278 students have completed the requirements for degrees during the 2018-19 academic year. This includes students from 62 countries, 5,114 undergraduate candidates, 1,061 master's degree candidates, and 103 doctoral candidates. These are the highest numbers in institutional history.
Woo!
Among this year's class of graduating candidates, each dean has identified 1 undergraduate and 1 graduate dean's medalist, earning the highest level of distinction from their college or unit. At this time, please turn your attention to the screens for a special video introduction to our medalists.
I am Shelby Elia.
Juan Guzman.
Troy Watson.
Camerina Angelica Morales.
I am Lillian Grace Sumption-Sun.
Mason Lamb. Arnold Trevino.
Shannon Muzio.
Kaylee Gutierrez.
Alyssa Nishikawa.
I am Maria Diaz.
Anthony Mill.
Andrea Fernandez Soto.
Serenia Isasaga.
Katie Riley.
I am Koi Quach.
Teresa Monreal.
Primavera Leal Martinez. I'm a part of the Barking Bulldogs debate team, and last year when I attended the National Debate Tournament, I was awarded the All-American Debater Award, and it's one of the highest honors that is awarded nationally to a student, and it was really awesome to be recognized and awarded by a community of people who I really respect. I had the opportunity to go to Hong Kong, China with a couple of professors on campus to go to the International Victimology Conference. So that was an awesome opportunity. I was actually able to present some of my research to some of the top people in the field.
My field of study is mechanical engineering with a specialty in fluid mechanics. I'm passionate about it because honestly my father got me into it. He's a mechanic, and he's always saying, like, where are these problems coming from? If you catch the problem before it happens, there's no problem. And you can save people's lives, you can save money, and that's what kind of keeps me going, is kind of helping everyone out before there's a problem.
The moment I started my journey at Fresno State, I connected with the campus in ways that I can't explain. Being able to work in the New Student Union project on campus, that took a long time. I began working on that project when I was only an undergrad student, and for the students to actually approve the project this past year, I think was one of the best experiences and memories that I have with Fresno State.
I love marketing because it gives people an opportunity to really connect with one another, and I think as business leaders we have an incredible opportunity to really make the world a better place. So whether that's through social engagement or just being ethical in your day-to-day business decisions.
Since 1986 until 2011, I spent in prison. I did 25 years in prison, and people who have been impacted by the criminal justice system, today, when I run into them, they automatically feel that they can't go on because they have a background, and I like working with them, and I like to share my story with them, and I let them know, hey, you know what, this is where I'm at today. I know where I was yesterday, and today in the future, it doesn't have to be that way. We could always change.
I think my proudest academic achievement is getting a 4.0 throughout my graduate experience. We come here and we immerse ourselves and we get a whole rainbow of opportunities. My experience here shaped everything. If I would not have come here, I would not be where I am.
My major is animal science. However, I'm focusing on poultry science. I am very passionate about it because there is a great amount of opportunities, and I've gotten some research experience, some internship experience. After graduation, I will be starting my master's here and afterwards attend a PhD program.
So mathematics is basically this beautiful, complex, universal language. Once you extrapolate on the idea, it can become universal and beautiful and relevant to other fields of studies. My plans after graduation would be getting a master's in mathematics and try to go back where I came from, which is Guadalajara, and try to help those little girls like me that felt that they were nothing.
So there was one professor who really impacted my life, and he really showed me how much marketing was my true passion, and because of that he really transformed the classroom for me. So it inspired me to want to get my PhD so I can become a professor someday as well, so I can provide students the same kind of value I received in the classroom here at Fresno State.
If you want to hear your art come to life, you have to trust other people to bring that music to life. So what I do as a composer is not just writing music for the listener, I'm also writing for the player. That's what compels me as a composer, to work with talented people, to be custodians of people's emotions, and in my own small way to make the world a better place through music.
I am a social work major, and the reason why I chose this career is because I love helping people, I love meeting people, and I want to advocate for the people that do not have a voice.
My proudest academic achievement was probably maintaining my summa cum laude standing while still being a student athlete. It is very challenging, so traveling, missing class grew increasingly difficult, but with the support of my peers and the support of my professors, I was able to still achieve really high marks in all of my classes.
And I was actually incarcerated as a 17-year-old for a gang-related incident. For me, it's just something that represents formerly incarcerated people in a different light. So after graduation, I'll be heading to UC Berkeley in the fall for the sociology PhD program.
Through Fresno State, I will be graduating with a major in communicative sciences and deaf studies with an emphasis in audiology. I grew up with a hearing loss. I grew up going to audiologists all the time, so I kind of felt that no one quite understood what I was going through. So I chose audiology because I knew that I could make a big difference in this field, and I could use my journey and my experience to benefit others.
My college experience shaped who I am by helping me understand that it's not about how fast you get there.
It's about taking the path that makes the most sense for you and enjoying it along the way.
So I received my undergraduate degree from UC Santa Cruz in history, and being from Fresno originally, when I moved back home, I was really interested in getting involved in the agricultural community. I really fell in love with agricultural research while doing the master's program here at Fresno State. And one of the things that's the most important to me is to be involved in work that has a direct impact here locally.
I'm going to be a 4th grade teacher, and I'm just passionate about going into teaching because I see the need for high quality teachers who are passionate. If we want to instill a love for learning in our students and get them to higher education, it's important to start at the young age, such as elementary school.
My grandparents originally immigrated from Mexico, and they worked in the fields, and my parents worked in the fields when they were younger until they were able to acquire their education. And I think that upbringing and that just mentality of working hard and respecting others and being humble really shaped who I am today. I want to use the skills that I acquired from my degree in English and my master's degree in communication in order to attend law school and ultimately be representative for those who are underserved in our community.
I think it's going to be really impactful, showing the inmates, what can be if you want to change. Through an education, miracles happen.
It is an honor for me to introduce this year's Dean's Medalists. I'll ask them to stand when their name is called. An audience, please hold your applause until all medalists have been called. And medalists, please remain standing when I call your name. For the Jordan College of Agricultural Sciences and Technology, we recognize the undergraduate medalist, Serenio Hisasaga. Graduate medalist, Anthony Mell. For the College of Arts and Humanities, we recognize undergraduate medalist, Primavera Martinez. Graduate medalist, Mason Lamb. For the College of Health and Human Services, undergraduate medalist, Shannon Muzio. Graduate medalist, Arnaldo Trevino. For the Craig School of Business, undergraduate medalist, Teresa Monreal. Graduate medalist, Catherine Riley. For the College of Science and Math, we recognize undergraduate medalist, Maria Diaz Perez, and graduate medalist, Lillian Sin. For the Crimmins School of Education and Human Development, we recognize the undergraduate medalist, Kaylee Gutierrez, and graduate medalist, Camarina Morales. For the College of Social Sciences, undergraduate medalist, Koi Quach, and graduate medalist, Shelby Elia. For the Laos College of Engineering, we recognize the undergraduate medalist, Alyssa Nishikawa, and graduate medalist, Troy Watson. For the Division of Student Affairs and Enrollment Management, we recognize the undergraduate medalist, Andrea Fernandez Soto, and graduate medalist, Juan Guzman. Please give all of these medalists a round of applause.
Medalists, you may be seated. You have been introduced to all of today's Dean's Medalists. Now we will recognize the undergraduate and graduate recipients of the 2 university medals, the highest honors given to a graduating student of the university in recognition of extraordinary scholarship, leadership, and service during the student's career. From among the 9 graduate medalists, with input from a committee, I have selected the student to receive the University Graduate Medal. The rigorous selection process for this esteemed award included evaluating students on scholarly and creative excellence in their discipline, as well as achievement in leadership roles or service to the university and the community. Are you ready? This year's University Graduate Medal recipient is Anthony Mell. Congratulations, Anthony. Come on up.
Wow, thank you so much. This is truly an incredible honor. First, I have to say congratulations to all the Dean's medalists. I had the opportunity to hear everybody's story a few nights ago, and I'm so impressed with all these students' success and dedication and compassion, and truly anyone deserved this award. That being said, I owe a lot of my success here to the incredible college, Jordan College at Ag and Sciences Technology. Such an incredible faculty. That's right, it's the best college of agriculture here in California. It's such an incredible faculty, and I'm so fortunate to have my amazing mentors, Dr. Florence Castle-Sharma and Dr. Dave Gurahu. And I'd also like to thank Graduate Coordinator Dr. Sharon Benez and Department Chair John Bushovin and all of the faculty and staff in the Plant Science Department for providing me with the most enriching experience of my life. I have accepted a research position at UC Davis, but unfortunately a recent illness has altered my plans for the future. And although I have a struggle and a road to recovery ahead of me, it's really given me a new perspective on life. And every day is truly a gift and an opportunity to make a difference. So thank you so much for this honor. Thank you.
From among the 9 undergraduate Dean's medalists, with input from a committee, I have selected the student to receive the President's Medal, recognizing academic and leadership qualities, as well as contributions to the life of the university and the community at large. This selection is both a difficult and rewarding task and represents a truly significant achievement because the competition is so keen. And Anthony, you're right. It could belong to any of you. You're very talented. So I am so pleased to announce the winner, and I'm going to say it carefully so her mom can hear me pronounce it. It's Primavera Martinez. Congratulations, Primavera.
Wow. Thank you so much for this recognition. It was definitely scary coming from a class of 32 high school graduates to a school with over 20,000 people, but I found my home here at Fresno State, starting with the Barking Bulldogs debate team. It's been an amazing experience working with amazing individuals. Thank you to Tom Bourgeni for being my debate coach and one of my mentors here at Fresno State. I also found my home in the English department. I've worked with so many amazing faculties. The chair of the department are just so supportive, and I have not had a bad experience with the professor because all of them are so wonderful and uplifting and supportive. And thank you to ASI. Ademi Wack is standing up here. I'm so glad. I wasn't going to run again, but she convinced me this year to run alongside her in her slate as her vice president of external affairs. And it's been an amazing opportunity to serve students and learn what servant leadership truly means. Thank you to the college, thank you to the deans, Dr. Jimenez Sandoval and Dr. Chapman. Your spirit of caring and supporting students is echoed throughout the college and all the staff, the students and the faculty, and it really shows how much effort you put into making sure students have a good experience. And last but certainly not least, thank you to my family. They're all standing over there with matching shirts. I couldn't have done this without you. Thank you to my parents, my mom, and my dad. I would not be able to be here without you. I was sick at the beginning of this week and wasn't even sure if I was going to make it to graduation, but my mom made sure she put Vicks on my feet every night to make sure I could be here today. And thank you to all my family who showed up, all of my friends. I would not have been able to do this without you, and thank you to Fresno State. I'm looking forward to coming back here next year and getting my master's in communication and working as the assistant coach for the debate team. Thank you so much.
Congratulations again to Anthony and to Primavera. I think we have a lot of Sanger over here on the left. Will the deans now come forward to present candidates for graduation?
Good afternoon. I'm Sandra Whitty, Dean of the Jordan College of Agricultural Sciences and Technology. Will the faculty of the Jordan College of Agricultural Sciences and Technology please stand?
Yay.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Sciences degree in the Jordan College of Agricultural Sciences and Technology, their families and friends, please stand? Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of the Jordan College of Agricultural Sciences and Technology, I present to you our graduating class.
Thank you.
You may be seated.
I am Saul Jimenez Sandoval, the Dean of the College of Arts and Humanities. Will the faculty of the College of Arts and Humanities please stand? Will the candidates for the bachelor's degree in the College of Arts and Humanities, their families and friends in the stands, please stand? Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Humanities, I present our candidates to you.
Thank you.
You may be seated.
Good afternoon. I'm Jody Hironaka-Juteau, Dean of the College of Health and Human Services. Woo. Will the faculty of the College of Health and Human Services please stand? Will the candidates for the bachelor's degree in the College of Health and Human Services, their families and friends, please stand? Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Health and Human Services, I present our candidates to you.
Thank you.
You may be seated.
Good afternoon. I am Donald Stengel, Interim Dean of the Craig School of Business. Will the faculty from the Craig School of Business please stand? Will the candidates for bachelor's degree in the Craig School of Business, their family and friends, please stand? Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of the Craig School of Business, I present our candidates to you.
Thank you.
You may be seated.
I am Christopher Meyer, Dean of the College of Science and Mathematics. Will the faculty of the College of Science and Mathematics please stand? And will the candidates for the bachelor's degree in the College of Science and Mathematics, their families and friends, please stand? And Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Science and Mathematics, I present our candidates to you.
Thank you.
And you may be seated.
Good afternoon. I am Laura Lamillo, Interim Dean of the Kremen School of Education and Human Development. Will the faculty of the Kremen School of Education and Human Development please stand? Will the candidates for the bachelor's degree in the Kremen School of Education and Human Development, their families and friends, please stand. Mr. President, I present to you the candidates from the Kremen School of Education and Human Development.
Thank you.
You may be seated. President Castro, I would also like to call attention to the fact that many of our candidates here today have also completed requirements for a teaching credential. Work done in a credential program is in addition to the work in major fields and provides students with the necessary preparation, which will they apply in filling their various roles in the public schools. I congratulate them for their accomplishments.
Thank you.
I am Michelle Denbesti, Dean of the College of Social Sciences. Will the faculty of the College of Social Sciences please stand? Will the candidates for the bachelor's degree in the College of Social Sciences, their families and friends, please stand? Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Social Sciences, I present our candidates to you.
Thank you.
You may be seated.
I'm Ram Nuna, Dean of the Lyles College of Engineering. Will the faculty of the Lyles College of Engineering please stand? Will the candidates for the bachelor's degree in the Lyles College of Engineering, their families and friends, please stand? Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of the Lyles College of Engineering, I present our candidates to you.
Thank you.
You may be seated.
Good afternoon. I'm Carolyn Kuhn, Associate Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students. Will the faculty and staff of the Division of Student Affairs and Enrollment Management please stand and be recognized? You may be seated. At this time, I wish to recognize a group of undergraduate students who are part of our ceremony this afternoon. Special majors are designed by individual students to meet specific career goals not offered by any one department. Please turn your attention to the screens for the list of special majors. Will the candidates for the bachelor's degree with special majors, their families and friends, please stand? Mr. President, I present our candidates to you. You may be seated.
Thank you.
The Fresno State experience is vibrant, exciting, and brings many opportunities for our students. At this time, please turn your attention to the screens for a special video featuring highlights from the past year of our graduates' experiences at Fresno State.
Mr. President, it is now time to commence with the conferring of degrees. The candidates for baccalaureate degrees, as recommended by the faculty of their colleges and schools, have been presented by the deans. Will all the baccalaureate degree candidates please stand to receive your degree? Will the families and friends of the baccalaureate degree candidates please rise as well? Mr. President, I ask that you now confer the appropriate degrees on those who have met all of the requirements for graduation.
Are you ready? Upon the recommendation of the faculties, of the deans, and of the provost and vice president for academic affairs, and by the authority vested in me by the chancellor and the board of trustees of the California State University, I take great pleasure in conferring the appropriate baccalaureate degree upon all candidates listed in the official records for these exercises, and of admitting you to all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations, everybody. You may move your tassel to the left, and you may have a seat. President Demi Watt.
Good afternoon, class of 2019. You made it. And to think that you made it in 2019, the same year we took a picture of a black hole, survived the longest government shutdown of all time, witnessed Lil Nas X drop Old Town Road, and we're not even halfway through. While all of these events are clearly world-altering, today we are here to celebrate something even more special. Each of you has earned a college degree from Fresno State. However, we know that we didn't do this on our own, so let's take a moment to thank all the friends, family, and the Fresno State community for helping us get here. Because this is such an important day, I decided to treat this speech with the same rigor I would any other college presentation. I paid someone to write it for me last night, and this is my first time looking at it. I'm kidding. And quite honestly, I spent a long time thinking about what I should say to everyone. Because not only is this probably the coolest thing I'll ever do, with the most incredible people I'll ever know, but also, if you think about it, every single day of class that we've skipped since kindergarten has led to this moment. Today marks the end of our formal educations. However, we know that this is just the beginning. We are entering the real world. And this is absolutely terrifying. Because when we think about the real world, it's easy for us to think about all of its problems. The world is full of terrible things, like extreme poverty, disproportionate educational opportunities, health issues, declines in democracy, and God forbid, Fresno State parking. And today, with the rise of social media and access for information, we are constantly reminded of its problems. When we think about what creates change in the world, we often think of big events, like natural disasters, wars, or famines. And when we think about who's going to fix society, we usually picture larger-than-life figures. Someone like Martin Luther King Jr., Marie Curie, the inventor of Rate My Professor, or the student body president at Fresno State. That being said, I would like to remind everyone about the butterfly effect, or as I like to refer to it, the bulldog effect. A theoretical property of chaotic systems, like the atmosphere or our society, by which small changes in initial conditions can lead to large-scale and unpredictable variation in the later state of that system. The idea is that everything affects everything. If a butterfly flaps its wings, or Victory Bulldog lets out a bark a second too early, the wind could create a perpetual series of events resulting in something huge, like a massive hurricane on the other side of the world, or the Fresno State football team beating Boise on the Smurf turf. Yes, all change, no matter how small, has the potential to alter the course of the universe forever. Therefore, each of us, whether we like it or not, can and will change the world. So it's on us to take the initiative in deciding to change the world for the better. Luckily, Fresno State did not teach us to memorize facts or to regurgitate opinions. Here we learned how to think for ourselves. We learned how to treat one another as family. We learned to find something that we want to be a part of, something that will contribute to a better society. Fresno State has equipped us to be better. Better sisters, brothers, daughters, sons, moms, dads, better listeners, better workers, better friends. It has taught us to be more responsible, more courageous, and more empathetic. Yes, this world is full of problems. However, we have the ability to improve the lives of others every single day through our small efforts. We can use our positions, no matter what those positions may be, to help instigate change in the world around us. Everyone here is and forever will be a Bulldog, meaning that we are all prepared to use what we've learned here at Fresno State to make a real difference. So congratulations to the class of 2019 for all that you have done and all that you will do. And remember, you will always be known as the kindest, most caring, smartest, and best-looking class that Fresno State has ever seen walk across the stage.
I am James Marshall, Dean of the Division of Research and Graduate Studies. Graduate degrees signify the completion of a period of advanced study and research. The candidates are recommended by their departments and their schools and have met the requirements for the Division of Research and Graduate Studies and the trustees of the California State University. Although all are not present today, 1,164 students have completed graduate studies this year. Will the candidates for the master's degree please rise? Mr. President, it is my privilege to present to you the candidates for the degrees of Master of Arts, Master of Biotechnology, Master of Business Administration, Master of Fine Arts, Master of Public Administration, Master of Public Health, Master of Science, Master of Social Work, and the Education Specialist. These candidates have received their hoods during their college and school ceremonies held yesterday and today. I now ask that you confer upon them the degree for which they have qualified.
Upon the recommendation of the graduate faculties, the Dean of the Division of Research and Graduate Studies, and the Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, and on the authority vested in me by the Chancellor and the Board of Trustees of the California State University, I hereby confer upon you the graduate degree appropriate to your field of learning, and with the greatest pleasure admit you to all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations. You may be seated.
Today we will also be recognizing graduates from our 3 Fresno State doctoral programs: the Doctoral Program in Educational Leadership, the Doctorate in Physical Therapy, and the Doctor of Nursing Practice degree. All of today's doctoral candidates received their hoods at ceremonies earlier this week. Will the Education Leadership doctoral candidates advance to the stage? I ask our Interim Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Harper, to join me as we present our 33 Educational Leadership doctoral candidates. Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty at this university, it is indeed a pleasure to present to you candidates for the Doctor of Education degree. Vivi Marquez. Amber Alvarez Soto. Alexandria Joy Aiello. Tina Brar. Mary Paul. Kurt Sterling. Janine Marie Gorey. Serena Arias. Andrew Bishop. Robert Harold. Will the nursing practice doctoral candidates now advance to the stage? Today, we recognize 38 Doctor of Nursing Practice candidates. Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of this university, it is indeed a pleasure to present to you the candidates for the Doctor of Nursing Practice. Stella Adoskin. Gretchen Izaki. Suzanne Hewitt. Hyacinth Flores Carrion. Diana Marie O'Laughlin. Robert Ganat. Leslie Evertson. Sandra Walton Mobley. Ying Tao. Lobat Danishvar. Serene Badrakani. Archana Chandra. Sawarnjeet Gill. Stacy Likan. Magdalena Ruiz. Josephine Ruiz. Jessica Liston. Miriam Signo. Navpreet Kaur. Rosemary Albanese Bray. Sarah Jennings. That's the next. Will the physical therapy doctoral candidates please advance to the stage? Today we recognize 31 students from that program. Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of this university, it is indeed a pleasure to present to you the candidates for the Doctor of Physical Therapy degree. Stephen Bauman. Jennifer Goulart. Aaron Larson. Vince. Robert Vince. Hayden Baldwin. Jessica Wong. Kristen Ashimoto. Katrina Sloshman. Kevin Dunn. Melanie Ma. Mara McKinnon. Ariel Ritchell. Andrew Lay. Nikki Javier. Melanie Nino. Samantha Fong. Jessica Chelson. Pamela Marchese. Nazanin Ganadon. Carissa DeRusso. Danielle Roche. Bethany Shirk. Sammy Sheriff. Kurt Munoz. Bryant Koopmans. Jonathan Fernandez. Will all the doctoral candidates please stand now? Mr. President, I now ask that you confer upon our doctoral candidates the degree which they have earned.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty for the doctoral program in educational leadership, the faculty for the California State University Northern Consortium Doctor of Nursing Practice Program, and the faculty of the doctoral program in physical therapy, and on the authority vested in me by the Chancellor and the trustees of the California State University, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Education, Doctor of Physical Therapy, and Doctor of Nursing Practice, and with the greatest pleasure admit you to all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations to all of you. Please be seated. We got a lot of extra doctors in the house now. Mr. Madden, thank you so much. President Madden.
Asshole?
No, we're good.
We're good? Okay. Good afternoon. I'm Kurt Madden, the president of your Fresno State Alumni Association. And as a proud graduate, it's my honor to be the first to greet you as an official alumni of our great alma mater, Fresno State. As you begin this new chapter of your life, there are many memories and friendships from your time at Fresno State that you will cherish. One thing is certain, the education you received here has prepared you for some exciting opportunities and adventures. Fresno State alumni before you have achieved their dreams of going into space, or creating a life-saving drug, or leading a large company that is making this world a better place to live. As new alumni, we hope you will join the generations of alumni before you in supporting your university as you pursue your dreams. We want to make sure your university continues to grow and provide a rich educational experience for future students. Many of you here today have already demonstrated your commitment to giving back. More than 600 of you donated to support student scholarships. That's a ton. For the student cupboard and our live mascot, Victor Eid Bulldog. If you are wearing a student donor sash, I ask you to please rise and be recognized for your generous contributions. It's a great start. Thank you. There are so many ways to stay engaged with your university beyond graduation as alumni. Download the Fresno State Alumni app. It's fresh. You guys know how to do that. And find a place to plug in. And then join us for homecoming in just a few months. Your continued engagement, you thought you were out of this place forever. Your continued engagement and support will benefit thousands of future students and one lovable Bulldog. Finally, on behalf of the more than 238,000 Fresno State alumni and friends, I congratulate you, the class of 2019. You are proud Bulldogs for life. Go Bulldogs.
Thank you, Kurt. So you did it. So graduates, if you could just stay seated for a moment, I'm going to ask everyone else here, our faculty, staff, alumni, friends, loved ones, to stand up for you. I want you to face your graduate or graduates, and now I want you to celebrate them. Clap, shout, scream, love. Woo! Thank you, everybody. You hear that, graduates? That is the sound of the people who believe in you. People who trust that you will go into the world and do great things. And I'm one of those people. And know that as you go out into the world, you carry with you a little piece of the soul of Fresno State. Our legacy will live through you, through your words and actions. And I hope to see you here again as alumni and mentors for the next generation of students. As the years go by, I will call on you to give what you can of your time, of your knowledge, of your resources. And I ask you to remember the things that helped you succeed and create the opportunity for someone else. Because the feelings of success and celebration are great, and they are even better when they are shared. So go forth, do well, and do good. Congratulations, class of 2019. Please stand for the singing of the alma mater by graduating music majors Teresa Lopes Medina, Kenshay Murray, Christopher Rodriguez, and Amber Gash. After the alma mater, may I ask the audience to be seated and remain in your seats until the President's Party and the faculty have exited the arena. After the faculty have exited, we ask that all guests sitting in the lower levels exit up the stairs, and graduates, please exit the arena by going up the stairs between sections 102 and 104. We all look forward to seeing you at Homecoming 2019 in the fall. Go Dogs!
Go Dogs.
Let us in song our voices raise in cloistered courts to sound thy praise. Each voice and heart that sings is true to thee, O Cardinal and Blue. loyalties, thy sons and daughters hail thee great, our alma mater, Fresno State.